Have you ever logged into your bank account and just stared? Not because something went wrong, but because for once something had gone right. I mean, I'll never forget the first time I saw five figures sitting in my savings account. $10,000. I wasn't rich, I know, and I wasn't done either. But something clicked. I felt lighter, just more confident, just more in control about my situation. And that's why I call it the $10,000 rule. The idea is that once you save $10,000, your entire relationship with money, it just starts to shift. You move from reacting to planning, just from being fearful of everything to having some level of freedom. In this video, I'm going to show you why everything changes at $10,000 and how to get there faster than you think. By the way, this video is part of my saving series, a step-by-step journey to help you save confidently so you can move on to bigger financial goals like investing, building wealth, and creating the life that you really want. So stay tuned for more videos and resources that are going to be part of the saving series playlist. So why is $10,000 a game changer? I know it might not sound like much in a world that's obsessed with six-figure incomes and being a millionaire in your family. But for most people, especially for us millennial parents, juggling kids, careers, and climbing costs, $10,000 is the difference between living on edge and sleeping through the night. It's not about being rich. It's about having options that give you peace of mind. Options, they give you power. And most importantly, that $10,000 proves to you that you can do hard things, you can save consistently, and you can build something real. So what changes at $10,000? First things first, you can breathe again. When your car breaks down, your child gets sick, or an unexpected bill hits your inbox, you're not going to scramble or you're not going to be stressed. You're covered. When you consider any of the unexpected or sudden costs that come up, $10,000 is more than enough to cover it. All of a sudden, replacing the engine in your car is not as devastating as it would be, or repairing your HVAC unit doesn't have to be on a payment plan, or covering a medical bill. These are all something that you can now do without using your credit card. That alone will make your everyday life feel much calmer. The second reason is you're not at the mercy of every single paycheck. You're not panicking on Thursday because payday isn't until Friday. I'll never forget the feeling of not looking at my bank account on payday because I knew I already had enough cushion to cover my bills. There's nothing like it. Sure, maybe the 401k was starting to grow, but it was everything to not even know which Friday was payday. It was just let Friday be Friday. That's what it was. You're not budgeting down to the penny just to survive, and you got some space, you got cushion. Third reason, you start asking, do I want to do this instead of can I afford this? And this one kind of hit me hard. For so long, every decision that I made was filtered through affordability. Can I afford this? But once you hit 10K in savings, the question shifts. It's like, do I actually want this? That shift changes how you travel, how you spend, and it even changes how you give to others. Another thing is I felt like I can have less guilt when it came to having fun. I could take a trip that I've been thinking about, might not have to hesitate when friends are saying, hey, maybe we should take a trip here or go there. And no shade, but your vacations can be international now instead of domestic. So that cushion of 10K, I mean, it meant going out with friends and not worrying about the bill. You could even buy something nice, not because you're trying to impress anybody, but because you know it just won't break you. Something else that changes is that you start to feel more confident. And let's be real, seeing $10,000 alone in your bank account hits different. When it's time to pay for something, you pull out your card. You pull your card out of your wallet differently even, because you have options now. Multiple cards you can use versus just one. You don't have to get the value meal. You might even stop eating certain foods altogether. In fact, I noticed people start to switch up their diets when they got a little money. So it's not just the numbers on the screen, it's actual proof. You're not average, you're not behind, you're not part of the negative financial statistics that you hear all the time. You're building something real, and that confidence carries into everyday part of your life. And let's be real, you could wear the nicest clothes, best jewelry, shoes. Fellas, you can have the ideal height, but there is nothing like putting on some confidence because it's something you can wear and everyone will see it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know this is going to sound really shallow of me, but because, and let's be honest, you've seen some people and you may not even feel like they have anything going for them, but they're confident regardless. And money is a contributing factor to that. Another thing is you could say no without fear. When you don't have that financial cushion, you're going to find yourself saying yes to a lot of things that you don't want. Toxic jobs, bad relationships, stressful situations, just because you feel like you have to. You might even be saying yes to staying at a job much longer than you planned simply because you don't feel like you have a better choice. But trust me, it feels amazing to be able to say, nah, I'm good. No thanks. No, I have plans this weekend. No, I can't pick up that extra shift. No, I don't need the overtime pay. It's so powerful. At $10,000, you start saying no more freely, and no is one of the most powerful financial tools you have. Another thing you'll notice is that your savings rate goes up. And here's the secret. Saving is easier after you've saved. It's like a lever. It requires some effort, but once you put that in, you can do so much more. Think of it like this. No one makes articles about saving 3 figures or 4 figures, but 5 figures is where you start to create some waves. And I know 6-figure salaries and 7-figure balances are really loud and attractive, but 5 figures hits differently. And I stress this because 5 figures is truly the first real stage of where your money is making money for itself. It's kind of like the gateway drug to 6 and 7 figures. But more importantly, once you hit $10,000, you have now built habits, structure, and momentum. And you're not paying for past mistakes. You're building towards future goals. Something else I noticed is that investing feels safer. Investing always comes with a risk, but what makes it dangerous is needing the money back too soon. At $10,000, you could have a cushion that's going to give you space. In fact, it's not only going to give you more space, it will create more space for you to feel comfortable. You don't need to touch your investments in a downturn. You can stay patient, and patience is how wealth grows. You know that if something happens in the market, you now have good enough stability in your bank account to wait things out. If something happens in life, which it will, you know that you can rely on your cushion instead of selling your investments. So let's talk about how we can actually get there. If you're starting from zero, I get it. It's not necessarily about skipping coffee and making little changes, but it's about reclaiming your control. You have to start with knowing your numbers. Track your spending for the next 30 days, dollars in, dollars out. You can't fix what you can't see, so you have to make sure you see it. Next step would be to automate small transfers, whether it's $10 or $25 a week, and just build the habit. It's not just a balance. Use a high yield savings account, one that's not necessarily completely out of reach, but it's something that you can't quickly just take all the money out of in case you get sidelined. We want to build that up. Another thing you can do is just cut without depriving yourself. Look at what you don't use, whether it's subscriptions, or look at bills that you can renegotiate. Skip convenience fees. There are small leaks and things that create a lack of focus, and that's going to create a crack in your foundation. And I talk about this more in a video about why you're struggling to save. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out. Next step would be to grow your income. And this is huge. You can only cut but so much, but your income has to grow. Sell something, pick up a side hustle, ask for a raise, reclaim your value. You might need to step out of your comfort zone just to get that $10,000 cushion, but it will be worth it. Another step is to give your $10,000 a mission. Don't just save to save. Saving is not necessarily fun. What's the reason? Is it just going to be an emergency fund? Is it helping you with long-term growth? If your money has a reason, a why, it's much more likely to stick longer. So when it comes to the real power of the $10,000 rule, there's a lot to be said about why it changes everything. But the real power of $10,000 isn't that it's just a number. It's a shift in your identity. You stop living on defense, and now you can be more proactive, be intentional with decisions about your life. You feel more capable, more present. That's exactly what I want for you, to go from surviving to thriving. Not someday, but today. Just make sure you stick around for the rest of the videos in this saving series so that you get all the tools that you need to make this happen. If you're on the road to your first $10,000 or you're ready to build a plan to get there, I got you. Download my free guide. That's my 10 crucial steps to being financially present. The link is in the description, and it'll walk you through some foundational moves that helped me reach that first amount, that first 10,000. And if you're ready to just level up more, check out all the other resources that are going to be on financiallypresent.com. And let me know in the comments, where are you right now on your savings journey? Are you starting from zero? Do you have 1,000, 2,000? I mean, wherever you are, you're not alone. Let's just focus on encouraging each other to keep going, because once you hit that $10,000, everything changes. And until next time, stay present.